So I'm going to talk about the for each and about iterating, okay? And another word for iterating is looping, okay? So it means to loop through some code. Another word is repeat, okay? That's what we're talking about. How do you write code that repeats a bunch of times? And in fact, in the code we just built, these blocks right here are going to be repeated a bunch of times, okay? And the way we're doing it was this thing called a for each. Okay, and the way it works is you got to kind of envision that the variable broadcast list that people have texted in, and that we've got a bunch of numbers recorded, and I'll just use some kind of goofy numbers here, like 111, 1111, 222, 222, and then 333, and so on. Okay, so just assume that 3 phone numbers have texted in to join our list. We've got this variable that stored those numbers, and the goal of this for each is to repeat through these numbers. Okay, but how does it work? Well, this parameter down here tells us which list we're looping through. So we're looping through the broadcast list, right? We've got this other variable that gets set up with the for each. I called it the number, okay? So you got to think of the number as being a variable. It's got something in it, okay? And when you get to the for each, the first time, so right when you get to this block, the first time, what it does is it grabs the first thing in the list and sticks it in the variable that's denoted here, in this case the number, okay? So what happens is the first thing gets put in there, okay? So then we set the message for the text to whatever the user's entered. We set the phone number to the number, so the first phone number that we set up is 1111, and then we send the message, okay? And then what's kind of hard to get your head around if you've never seen this before is the code loops back up and does it again, okay? But with for each, when it loops back up, App Inventor also takes care of doing one more step for you. It takes 111 out, okay, and puts in the next number. Okay, so the first time through it grabbed the first number in here, but it kind of keeps track of things for you, and now it'll stick this number 2222 into the variable called the number. So now I've got 222, that phone number in there. Okay, then these are repeated. So the message gets set to the same message. The phone number now gets set to the second phone number. The message gets sent. We loop back up. App Inventor takes care of getting the third thing, puts it in the number, and then goes through these steps again. So actually, 9 blocks will be called or be executed for this code, because that is if the list has 3 things. So the list has 3 things. For each of them, it's going to do these 3 blocks. And the result is every phone number in the broadcast list will receive a text and will receive the broadcast.